On the news tonight, FEC members postpone meeting in honor of Lagbaja. 90,000 students benefit from education loan within 6 months. And ahead of forthcoming local government elections, APC flags off campaign in Ijebu-Ode. Good evening and welcome to NTA Ijebu-Ode News at 7, coming to you from your heritage station. Thanks for joining us. My name is Olamide Adeniji, and here are the details. The Nigeria Education Loan Fund has in the last 6 months disbursed about 11 billion naira to 90,000 students across the country to enable them access higher education. This came to light when the Senate Committee on Tertiary Education and TEP Fund went on oversight to NEMFund. National Assembly correspondent Lami Ali reports that the committee was also at the Joint Admissions and Matriculation Board for the oversight.
The Nigeria Education Loan Fund is an intervention by the federal government to assist indigent students with loans to access higher education. During the oversight visit, NEMFund's managing director explained to the committee that 96 billion naira has been committed to the initiative. Out of this amount, 11 billion has been disbursed so far for fees and stipends.
One of the reasons for short life expectancy here is the pressure on parents, the pressure to pay fees. So we're not just helping students and the future of Nigeria, we also want to relieve the parents out there today.
And that is the essence of making this agency, and it has been the main foundation stage now, and it has gone very reasonably and successfully since at least 90,000 students have started engaging the tuition fee and also the upkeep funds that are supposed to be given to the student.
The fund aims at changing the lives of students through the Renewed Hope initiative. The Senate committee was also at the Joint Admissions and Matriculation Board, where it commended JAMB's management for accountability and service delivery.
This development has not only restored confidence in JAMB, but also placed Nigeria among global leaders in the use of technology in educational assessment.
JAMB reassured the committee of seamless admission process for prospective candidates. Lami Ali, NTA News.
The Federal Ministry of Information and National Orientation, in collaboration with the United Nations, is developing a strategy to expand the scope of information dissemination on social safety nets of the Renewed Hope agenda of Tinubu administration. A technical workshop at the headquarters of the ministry brought together relevant stakeholders to review the social protection communication strategy. Sally Guanara reports.
In the implementation of the Renewed Hope 8-point agenda, effective communication is crucial. Therefore, this workshop is to identify and address gaps, develop targeted messages, build trust, and strengthen feedback mechanism on the journey so far. In a message, the Minister of Information and National Orientation acknowledged the deliberate efforts by the Tinubu administration to prioritize social protection through programs such as the conditional cash transfer, school feeding program under the National Social Safety Net, already impacting millions of Nigerians.
These efforts can only reach their full potentials if we successfully connect with the communities that stands to benefit. This is where communication becomes indispensable. By crafting clear, relatable, and culturally relevant messages that we can foster a more inclusive and supportive environment where all Nigerians feel the benefits of government support programs.
It was agreed that the UN should work with all the stakeholders, especially led by the Minister of Information, to work on a communication strategy or approach that will enable Nigerians to understand the commitments of government, what they are benefiting, and how the government is trying to solve their problems.
Look at the question asked. How many households have been touched by the social investment? People don't know. So we need to now be strategic in pushing out the information and explaining programs and policies of government, especially the ones that touch the less privileged, the downtrodden, because that is the mantra of this government.
75% of our people are young people, and so you will not find them watching TV or listening to it. If they are watching TV, they are not watching news, they are watching music and movies, and so that is just part of the problem. And so we need to reach them through the channels that they are used to.
At the end, a draft communication strategy is expected to communicate the work, values, and priorities of the Renewed Hope government. In Abuja, Salihu Abdullahi Gwanara, NTA News.
President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, has announced the passing of Lieutenant General Taoreed Abiodun Lagbaja, Chief of Army Staff, at age 56. He passed away on Tuesday night, the 5th of November, 2024, in Lagos after a period of illness. Defense correspondent Ismail Musa Hasman.
To announce that Mr. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has approved payment for the initial 12 MD 530 Foxtrot KU's attack helicopters.
Born on February 28, 1968 in Lobu, Osun State, he attended St. Charles Grammar School and the local authority teachers college before admitted to the Nigerian Defense Academy in 1987 as a member of the 39 regular course. The late Chief of Army Staff was commissioned as Second Lieutenant on September 19, 1992, joining the Nigerian Army Infantry Corps, an alumnus of the prestigious U.S. Army War College. He earned master's degree in strategic studies, demonstrating his dedication to professional growth and excellence in military leadership. He played a pivotal role in numerous internal security operations, including Operation Zaki in Benue State, Lafia Dole in Northeast, Udoka in Southeast, and Operation Forest Sanity across Kaduna and Niger States. He was appointed Chief of Army Staff by President Bola Tinubu on June 19, 2023. Until his death, Lieutenant General Taoreed Lagbaja served as Nigeria's 27th Chief of Army Staff. His death marks the second time in 3 years a Chief of Army Staff has died while in office. He is survived by his wife, Maria Abiodun Lagbaja, and 2 children. In Abuja, Ismail Musa, NTA News.
Meanwhile, members of the Federal Executive Council, under the chairmanship of President Bola Tinubu, have announced the late Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Taoreed Lagbaja, by postponing the council meeting earlier scheduled for this Wednesday. State House correspondent Musbah Dan Wahab reports on the mood at the presidential villa earlier today.
It came a tale of a refreshing moment ending in heartbreaking mode. The newly appointed ministers who came for their first attendance arrived into the welcoming hands of the old ones. And council members were set for another round of a brainstorming session. But then, the interesting moment was soon short-lived. Vice President Kashim Shettima announced the decision of the council as directed by the chairman, President Bola Tinubu.
We have suspended the council meeting in honor of the late Chief of Army Staff. May you all rest in happy. Let's observe 1 minute silence in his honor. May you all rest in peace.
The nation is in mourning. The president and the entire government is in mourning. He was indeed a very resourceful officer who has put in best to fight insurgency in this country and for the many achievements he has succeeded while serving this great nation.
He was a gallant officer, very, very hardworking. He was indeed a warrior. He has served in so many theaters and have done commendably well. It's a very sad loss for the country. We pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to receive him and to bless him.
We sending our condolences to the family of the deceased and Mr. President, because it's a great loss to this nation.
Late Lieutenant General Tawhid Lagbaja, appointed in June 2023 as the 27th Chief of Army Staff, passed away Tuesday night. Second to die in this capacity in 4 years after late Lieutenant General Ibrahim Atahiru, who died in a plane crash near Kaduna International Airport in 2021. The acting Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Olufemi Oluyede, visited the President for situation reports.
Very passionate about Nigeria, and he led the Nigerian Army very well. He was courageous. He was known to be thorough and a professional to the core. So it's a big loss to us.
Just a day before, President Bola Tinubu, in his capacity as the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, promoted and decorated the acting Chief of Army Staff to a new rank of Lieutenant General. Now, whether he will be confirmed as the substantive head of the army remains to be seen in the coming days. From the State House, Musbau and Wahab, NT News.
May the soul of the departed rest in peace. We'll be right back after this break.
NTA na ide do ogbonge tin. NTA atowe salute o. NTA na ide do ogbonge tin. NTA na baba. NTA jẹ.
You are welcome back and thanks for rejoining us. The news continues. The ruling All Progressive Congress Party, APC, has expressed readiness to dominate the political realm in Ogun State. This came to fore as the party flags off campaign for the forthcoming local government elections in the state. Fatima Azan was at the Jebode local government secretariat field, venue of the flag off, and completes the report.
Attended by APC chieftains from state to ward level, the event was aimed at presenting to the public contestants from the All Progressive Congress in the forthcoming local government election come November 16, 2024. Flagging off the campaign, Honorable Dare Alebiosho, Campaign Organization Director General Dapo Okubadejo, and the state vice chairman of the party, Chief James Dino, described the flag off as the party's resolve to dominate the state even at the grassroots level.
To come and vote for our candidate, as I mentioned earlier, he's very experienced. He's a grassroots mobilizer. He's a very, very committed party man, and he's a team builder and a team worker as well. And so with this, we encourage all of our people to come out and vote November 16.
Appreciating party faithful, the party chieftain described the choice of the candidate as putting the right peg in the right hole. Some stakeholders at the event expressed readiness to be dedicated towards the success of the party in the forthcoming election.
Don't forget that in the past administration under me, under which the candidate was vice chairman, we had projects in virtually all the zones of Ijebode. And so we have something we can rely on.
He's the right candidate. The people's choice. He's a grassroots man. Everybody loves him. Everybody believes in him. I want everybody to come out in a march on November 16th to come and cast their vote for APC.
We thank Governor Dapabiadu for giving us our choice. So you can see people are happy and everybody's happy to be here today. So we're going to campaign. We need to win and people to come out and vote for Honorable Dre on election and all the councillors from Ward 1 to 11.
You can see we are all out in yellow, and you see that our chairmanship candidate is the people's choice, Honorable Dare Alebi. And likewise, all the councillors from Ward 1 to 11. These are the people's choice. Everybody emerged from their ward based on their popularity.
The chairmanship candidate, Dare Alebi and his vice, shortly after presentation of the party's flag, appealed to party faithful to double their efforts for victory. Other activities at the event include presentation of 11 councillorship candidates from the 11 wards that made up Ijebu-Ode Local Government Council to the public. In Ijebu-Ode, Fatima Azan, NTA News.
The Office of the National Security Advisor and the National Commission for Almajiri and Out-of-School Children are working modalities to return 10 million school children back to school. Defense correspondent Ismail Musa has the details.
There are more than 15 million out-of-school children in Nigeria roaming the street, sometimes in search of food and shelter. These school-age children are often exposed to crime, different risk, and social vice.
Share experiences and insights.
The federal government, through the Office of the National Security Advisor and the National Commission for Almajiri and Out-of-School Children Education, is working to turn the tides. This program is focused on charting the way forward for out-of-school children in Nigeria.
The idea of achieving sustainable development goals is tied to providing quality education for children across the 776 local governments of Nigeria. Educating the children, who are the youth of our future, will play its role boosting national productivity, economic growth and development, as well as mitigate the scourge of insecurity that plagues the Sahel and West Africa sub-region.
What has happened in Borno State and in some part of the north in the name of Boko Haram was actually a product of ignorance and illiteracy. So the NSA, out of his passion, felt that we should come together so that the insecurity will be addressed via education.
All the stakeholders are here. We now get their opinions, their inputs. We realign our priorities to make sure that we work on the most impactful ones and deliver within a short time.
The Commission, with support from Office of the National Security Advisor, is in the process of returning 10 million out-of-school children back to school. In Abuja, Ismail Musa, NTA News.
Donald Trump clinches victory over Kamala Harris in the struggle to occupy the seat of the 47th President of the United States. The win by the Republican Party following one of the most hostile campaigns in the country's modern history is remarkable owing to a criminal conviction, an assassination attempt, as well warnings from a former chief of staff. Uche Ugochukwu tells us more.
Friends in this.
Republican former President Donald Trump has won the White House, securing more than the 270 Electoral College votes needed to win the presidency.
It's time to put the divisions of the past 4 years behind us. It's time to unite. And we're going to try, we have to try, and it's going to happen. Success will bring us together. I've seen that.
Trump won in more than half of the 50 U.S. states, including 4 key battlegrounds: Georgia, North Carolina, Pennsylvania, and Wisconsin, 3 of which voted for the Democratic Party in the last election. Donald Trump's victory is a remarkable comeback 4 years after he was voted out of the White House and ushering in a new American leadership likely to test democratic institutions at home and relations abroad. 78 years old Trump told his supporters who gathered to cheer him in Florida that America has given them an unprecedented and powerful mandate which he must deliver.
I pledge to every citizen of our land that I will be president for all Americans, and this is so important to me.
Trump's political career had appeared to be over after his false claims of election fraud led a mob of supporters to storm the U.S. Capitol on January 6, 2021, in a failed bid to overturn his 2020 defeat. However, he swept away challengers inside his Republican Party, beating Democratic candidate Kamala Harris by capitalizing on voter concerns about high prices and a rise in crime. Trump prevailed despite persistent.
And on that note, we end today's news. Thanks for staying tuned with us. I am Olawumi Adeniji. Good night.